Elvis Presley was not just a singer, he was a cultural earthquake. A voice that changed music forever, a presence that redefined fame, and a life that would ultimately become a cautionary tale. Born in 1935 in Tupelo, Mississippi, Elvis grew up in poverty. His family struggled financially, moving in search of stability. Music became his escape. Gospel, blues, and country shaped his sound, a unique blend that would soon change the world. In 1954, at Sun Records, Elvis recorded That's All Right. It was raw, different, and electrifying.
That's all right, mama, anyway.
Shortly after signing with RCA Records, his rise became unstoppable. Elvis' early albums, including Elvis Presley 1956 and Elvis 1956, captured that explosive energy. And songs like Heartbreak Hotel, Hound Dog, and Don't Be Cruel dominated the Billboard charts, turning Elvis into a national phenomenon.
Although it's all is crowded, you still can find some room.
But it wasn't just the music. It was the way he moved. The charisma. The rebellion. To young audiences, he was thrilling. To many adults, he was dangerous.
Elvis Presley. You ain't nothing but.
Television appearances sparked controversy. Critics tried to control his image. But the more they resisted, the bigger he became.
Here is Elvis Presley.
Love me tender, love me sweet.
Elvis Presley's discography reflects every phase of his life. His early works were groundbreaking, producing hits that dominated the Billboard charts and defined rock and roll. Songs like Blue Suede Shoes, Love Me Tender, and All Shook Up became cultural landmarks. By the late 1950s, Elvis was everywhere. Then, at the height of his fame, came an unexpected interruption. In 1958, Elvis was drafted into the U.S. Army. Many believed it would end his career. But when he returned in 1960, the world was still waiting.
It's now or never.
During his Hollywood years, soundtrack albums such as Blue Hawaii 1961, Girls 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 1962, and Viva Las Vegas 1964 achieved commercial success, even as critics questioned their artistic value. These movies were massive commercial successes, drawing huge audiences. Soundtrack albums such as Blue Hawaii 1961 produced hits like Can't Help Falling in Love, which became one of his signature songs.
Falling in love with you.
But over time, the formula became repetitive. Film after film. Song after song. Commercially successful, but artistically limited.
Viva Las Vegas! Viva Las Vegas!
Behind the scenes, Elvis grew frustrated. He wanted more. He wanted to be taken seriously again. And in 1968, everything changed.
All I can dream, please let my dream.
The comeback special. Dressed in black leather, performing live, stripped of the Hollywood gloss, it reminded the world of who Elvis truly was. A performer. A force. A legend. This moment led to one of the strongest phases of his career. With the album From Elvis in Memphis 1969, he returned to critical acclaim. Songs like In the Ghetto and Suspicious Minds became major hits, once again climbing the Billboard charts. Elvis was back.
Because I love you too much.
In the 1970s, he transitioned into a new era: live performances.
You were always on my mind.
Las Vegas became his stage. Night after night, he performed to sold-out crowds. Albums like That's the Way It Is 1970 and Aloha from Hawaii via Satellite 1973 captured this phase, with the latter reaching a global audience in one of the most ambitious broadcasts of its time.
He gives me fever with his kisses.
He remained a powerful live performer, delivering songs like The Wonder of You and Burning Love.
Lord Almighty, I feel my temperature rising.
But behind the spotlight, things were changing. The pressure was constant, the lifestyle demanding. And slowly, his health began to decline. And despite declining health, Elvis continued recording and performing. Prescription medications became part of his routine. Weight gain, fatigue, and isolation followed. The man who once redefined energy on stage, now struggles to maintain it. At the same time, his personal life grew increasingly complicated. His marriage to Priscilla Presley ended in divorce. And rumors about his relationships began to circulate. Among them, there were persistent whispers linking Elvis to Barbra Streisand.
Hello, gorgeous.
While never fully confirmed, stories suggested that their connection went beyond professional admiration, especially around the time she considered him for a role in A Star Is Born. Whether real or exaggerated by the media, it added another layer to the mystique surrounding his private life. By the mid-1970s, the cracks were becoming visible. Fans still filled arenas. But the performances were no longer the same. The voice remained powerful. But the body was tired. Still, Elvis continued. Because stopping was never part of the plan.
Time goes by.
On August 16, 1977, Elvis Presley was found dead at his home in Graceland. He was just 42 years old.
Good evening. Elvis Presley died today. He was 42. Apparently it was a heart attack. He was found at his home in Memphis, not breathing.
Here's Action News 5, live from the Mid-South's leading news station.
Stunned fans mill around the gates of Elvis Presley's Whitehaven mansion this afternoon, while scores of fans, friends, and show business celebrities pour into Memphis for funeral services tomorrow for the King of Rock and Roll.
The official cause involved heart-related issues, but years of prescription drug use had taken their toll. The news shocked the world. Fans gathered outside Graceland in disbelief. Elvis Presley was never just an artist. He was the king of rock and roll. A symbol of rebellion. Of change. Of a generation. From the explosive energy of his early albums, to the commercial dominance of his Hollywood years, to the emotional power of his comeback, and the intensity of his final performances, his life was a journey through every stage of fame. Triumph, reinvention, exhaustion, and ultimately, a tragic end. But even today, his voice remains, his image endures, and his influence is impossible to measure. Because Elvis Presley didn't just make music. He changed the world and left behind a catalog that shaped modern music.
Way down where the music plays.